There's a truth that most people spend their whole lives running from, and it goes like this. Nobody ever behaves in a way that's consistent with beliefs they don't actually hold. Read that again. A person will always drift back toward whatever program is running underneath them. And the cruel part? Most people never chose that program. It was installed while they were too young to say no. Let this sink in, because the next 8 minutes might explain everything about the results you keep getting. Picture the human mind as a supercomputer. Not a metaphor for fun, but a working model. Every computer runs on 2 layers. There's the conscious mind, the part you can feel thinking right now. Call it the manual mind. And there's the subconscious mind, the part running silently below the surface. Call it the automatic mind. Now here's the thing about any computer. Before it can run a single program, it needs an operating system. The operating system is the master software that decides which programs are even allowed to run and which ones get rejected. Consider a man. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus wants to be wealthy. He buys the books, he watches the videos, he downloads the success software. But Marcus is running a failure operating system he never installed himself. So when the success program tries to launch, what does his mind return? An error message. The software is fine. The operating system won't let it run. That is why so many people, the moment they hear a real truth about money, flinch. They resist it. Not because it's false, but because their operating system was never built to execute it. So who wrote Marcus's operating system? Not Marcus. It was written by what we can call the cultural machine. The schools, the churches, the parents, the neighbors, the siblings, the co-workers, the bosses, the television, the government, layer after layer, each one adding a line of code. And the program they installed together was a failure program. Stay sick, stay broke, stay misinformed, stay afraid. Here's what makes it invisible. 90% of a person's daily results come from that automatic mind. Marcus isn't aware of it. It runs below his notice, producing outcomes on autopilot. But here's the strange mercy of it. Other people who aren't programmed like Marcus can see his programming plainly. They watch him sabotage the very thing he says he wants, and they understand exactly why. He can't see the water he's swimming in. They can. Anyone old enough remembers what it took to change an operating system back in the day. You couldn't just click Update. You had to uninstall the old system first, and that alone took hours. Then came the floppy disks. Feed one in, pull it out. Feed the next one in, over and over. Sometimes setting an alarm in the middle of the night just to keep the machine loading so you could use it in the morning. New software simply would not run on the old system. You had to pick a day and commit to the whole painful swap. The human mind works the same way. Uninstalling a failure operating system and installing a success one takes time and repetition. It is not a single moment of inspiration. It's disk after disk after disk. That's why a person has to stay plugged in, with steady exposure to information that reprograms them, day after day, until the new system finally boots. Watch what happens once someone completes the swap. Have you noticed that a person who is truly great at something makes the hardest thing look effortless? The elite athlete who turns an impossible play into a shrug. The champion who makes winning look like a child at play. It looks like magic. It isn't. It's a different operating system running underneath. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The same law works in reverse. People who are failing badly also make that look effortless. Nobody wakes up and decides, today I'll ruin my life. They don't try. Every small move just quietly lines up to wreck the day because their program is running perfectly. Success and failure are both just an operating system doing its job. So why doesn't Marcus just rip the old system out? Because it's uncomfortable, and the discomfort is personal. That programming didn't come from a stranger. Grandma gave it to him. His mother gave it to him. His father, his favorite teacher, his pastor, the people he loves and respects most. Pulling out the code feels like betraying the people who wrote it. That's the trap. The very affection that installed the program is what keeps a person loyal to it, long after it stopped serving them, and long after it lost the ability to help them serve anyone else. But every belief Marcus holds came from somewhere. He wasn't born with a single idea in his head. Every one was handed to him. So before he sprints 100 miles an hour in a direction, maybe right off a cliff, the wise move is to stop and check the source of the code. That's the whole game. His life is producing its results automatically. If he wants different results, he doesn't need more willpower on the surface. He needs to reprogram the machine underneath, intentionally, awarely, asking every time a limiting thought fires, where did this actually come from? So the question isn't whether you're programmed. Everyone is. The question is whether you chose the program or whether someone else did while you weren't looking. If you're ready to start the reinstall, stay plugged in, keep feeding the disks, and don't let a machine you never built decide what your life is allowed to run.